Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing Pat McGrath's Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. And my foundation series was all about 10-minute reviews, and I'm going to tell you right now this is not a 10-minute review because this just deserves more time. Oh my god guys, stay tuned. For starters, we'll be going in with the Pat McGrath primer. This is called the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer, and this is a $60 primer, so you know how I am. I like that. I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but it is a pale pink color, and I'm just gonna dot this, or swipe this on my face, and it has a faint scent. Nothing that's off-putting, over the top, anything like that. Seeing this image reminds me of my 20s. Of course, my husband would be calling me right now. Hello. Hello. Okay.
Do you want me to do anything else?
Yeah, just pick something. I don't care what you get. Just pick something, it's fine. I'm recording right now.
Okay.
Bye. And because this is a bougie affair, I'm going to use a foundation brush to blend this out. So, just blend this all out. In terms of the texture, it feels like you're putting on like a moisturizer, specifically an emulsion, if you want to get real specific. It has a nice texture, it's very cooling on the skin, and it smells good too. I do like that scent. I'm not sure what I'm thinking of when I smell that, but it's a nice smell. Now that I have that applied, I'm going to put on the star of this show, which is the Sublime Perfection Foundation. This packaging, beautiful packaging. I bought so many, like I basically lived in like luxury skincare and cosmetics in general, like for so many years. So nothing really like truly like astounds me in terms of packaging. It's just really nice packaging. It's a frosted glass, which I don't like, but it looks expensive, so I get it. It's very Tom Ford. It's giving me Black Orchid teas. Like it's just giving me like a Tom Ford vibe, definitely. But in terms of the shade, I chose the shade MD26 because someone told me at the store, they were like, why don't you try MD23, girl? And I was like, girl, bye. Because MD23 looked very scary to me, but MD26 just looked right to me. So very hard. Like this is one foundation I will say that was probably one of the hardest I have ever tried to match myself. And especially like because, you know, going to Sephora during like this whole pandemic, and in Sephora, well, the consumer is not allowed to touch product and you can't swatch yourself. So the salesperson has to swatch themselves, and seeing, you know, a brown shade on white skin, that does not help me. So, I mean, Ashley, Katie, Chloe, that doesn't help me. And you know you got some expensive cosmetics, when you can't twist off the cap, that's when you know it's real bougie. Like, there's some brands that do that, like with their skincare and with their foundation. That's just a little extra something I just wanted to point out. So go ahead and apply this on the back of my hand just so that you can see this. Comes out very fast because it's very liquidy. So here is the shade. It's very nice, warm, golden. This time around, I'm going to use a beauty blender. Well, Real Techniques, because beauty blender's pointless. Especially, I'm like, Real Techniques? I'm like, why would I spend so much money on a sponge when I can get a Real Techniques one, and it does the same thing? I'm bougie, but I ain't stupid. So this was 3 pumps, just so you know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start to blend this out. Turn my face to the side just so that you can see this. Oh my. Oh, it looks. See? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's like when the skin becomes a dream, darling. Like every time I apply this, I feel exactly the same way. Like I just feel so like fancy. Oh my god. Like that feeling I get when I put on my La Mer foundation, same feeling. Oh my god, look at that. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, bless the cheering. Oh, yes, Lord, honey. Now I'm just gonna move over to the other side of my face. Like it kind of just melts into my skin. It just gives me this beautiful, beautiful base. This is stunning. I haven't even finished. Like, it's stunning. I'm just gonna go in with my Guerlain foundation brush and just blend out around my head. Like with this foundation, your skin like becomes one with it. Like my skin looks incredible. Like I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but in person, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Now that I have the foundation applied, I'm going to go in with a concealer, but I'm going to use this as a corrector. So this is the Sublime Perfection Concealer, and this is in the shade MD28. I'm just going to put this where I need it in terms of correction, because this is a very orange shade, which will help correct darkness under my eyes. I'll go ahead and blend that out. Oh yes. And on top of that concealer, I'm going to use the Sublime Perfection Concealer again, but in shade MD23. And I will say as a warning, I can't speak for everyone else who's used this concealer, but for me, you have to use a very delicate hand, meaning don't put too much of this concealer on because it's so concentrated that it can just be out of control, like as far as like using too much, so just be careful. So I'm going to use a very small amount. Like I would normally do my little triangle, I ain't gonna do that. I'm using very light hand as I do this. And this concealer does not set really fast. It's not like the Kevyn Aucoin concealer, the ethereal concealer I've used in a previous video. So you can actually, you have time to play. So it's not gonna like set and then create these dots that I can't blend out. So now I'm gonna take a sponge again and just blend this out. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful, guys. Oh, ooh, baby. Just taking a brush, a little fluffy brush that I would normally use for my under eye area, and just blending out the edges. Now I'll go under my eyes and just make sure there's no creasing, and then I will set with the Pat McGrath powder as well. This is in the shade Medium 3, the Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. It's very orangey. It's like a salmony, orangey type of color, and it has one of those bouncy type of guards on it. Just roll this on. Now I'm just going to gently dust off any excess. I would put on bronzer, but I feel so beautiful like this that I don't feel the need. I'm gonna put on a little Terracotta light from Guerlain on my brow bone. Just a little highlight, as you can see there. Also go in with a little of this in my cheeks. Oh, I feel like my makeup is fucking me right now. Oh, it's beautiful. Put on a little bit of lip glow pomade from Dior, Miss Faux Cils from YSL, and as a final touch, just some Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
The Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation is a 35 ml bottle, and that is, you know, different from, you know, the traditional 30 ml, so you do get just a little bit more than an ounce. It retails for $68 and it comes in 36 different shades. Silky and luxurious, it feels creamy to the touch and delivers controlled, easily buildable coverage. Self-setting, post-perfecting, and long-wearing, its sublime satin finish lasts all day. It also mentions it's free of parabens, talc, fragrance, all that jazz, and it also is oil-free. First off, this is a $68 foundation, so this is a very expensive foundation. But for what you get, if a foundation gives me this, then I'm totally cool with spending $68. As it relates to some of the claims, it is definitely long wearing. I agree with that. It is also self-setting. Definitely agree with that, because with a lot of foundations, or usually when I wear foundation, I don't wear setting powders. I don't wear translucent powders. It's not something that I really do often. So with this foundation, I did also test it, you know, with and without setting powder. It is a bit difficult, as I mentioned, to match yourself if you're going into a store. Even online trying to match myself, I was torn between MD23, MD26, and MD29. I actually resorted to looking at YouTubers who had purchased those particular foundations just to see, but then there were some people who were wearing shades that they couldn't possibly have worn and made look right, but that's another conversation. But you know, there were people who were wearing shades that they probably shouldn't have been wearing, but they kind of just went with it. And because this texture on this foundation is so light, it's so like almost kind of like watery, silky, thin. So when you put it on, if you put on just a really small layer, you probably could get away with it if it is, you know, too light for you. But in actuality, you know, if you want to get some type of coverage, just a decent type of coverage, then you can't really do that. So you really need to find your shade. So personally, if it were me, and it was me at the time, if it were me, I would recommend to go into a store to match yourself. And do not, of course, if you're going to Sephora, do not trust the Sephora lighting. It is all a lie. It's not true. It's lying to you. Swatch yourself, walk outside, see what it looks like. And if that works, if it works in daylight, then I recommend to purchase it. I thought I would never say this, but again, I try a lot of foundations and I haven't really been trying a lot of new ones per se. And as far as in the, you know, high luxury realm. And this foundation, you know, my La Mer foundation is an amazing foundation. I've made 2 videos about the La Mer foundation. I'm saying all of its praises that I can possibly do. And I'm not the best singer, so it may not sound too good. Despite all of that, that foundation is absolutely magnificent. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. I put this on and this foundation is like, I can't relate to this, but I know people can. So it's kind of like, or even when you see it on TV or something, but like, it's kind of like when you have like the perfect man and he's so great, so amazing, does everything that you need, but this side piece come along and they so fucking fine that you just can't resist. So you just gotta get some. Like, that's the best analogy I can come up with this foundation. Because as it relates to La Mer versus this has replaced La Mer. I'm gonna just go on and say it. I'm gonna say it. I ain't gonna change my mind, bitch. I ain't changed my mind, honey. This foundation is better than my La Mer. Now, with that said, the La Mer foundation gives you more coverage. It gives you a very gorgeous, sensuous, lovely, just loquacious look. And I was looking for alliteration and loquacious doesn't fit in with that, but I'm rolling with it tonight. For my skin, this foundation does exactly what I want a foundation to do. It looks like skin. It's natural, yet it still gives me somewhat of a glow, but not overly glowy. It covers enough because in terms of coverage, I would say it's like, I'm gonna be generous and say sheer to medium buildable coverage. You can go as low as sheer, and though I really want to say it's sheer to light, I'm gonna say sheer to medium buildable coverage because you can build this up a bit. I'm just gonna say buildable, but let's say light medium buildable coverage. Sheer to light medium buildable coverage. And for me, I don't need a lot of coverage, so this does everything that I want in a foundation. It lasts all day. Of course, it feels like nothing on the skin. It is, I'm just looking at myself on a monitor. Oh my God. Like, this is the best. I have shared this with y'all. I'm not high right now. I'm not drunk. None of that, y'all. I feel so fucking beautiful with this foundation. And baby, y'all know I ain't on nobody's PR list. I bought this myself, okay? This is $247 before taxes. I paid for this myself. So no one is trying to buy my review or anything like that. I'm not, you know, one of those girls or those boys who are like screaming because they got a black box from Pat McGrath and it was free 99. And you know, the thing about it too is that even if I were on her PR list, which, hey Pat, if you happen to see this video, definitely feel free to message me on Instagram, ThesPNation. That's ThesPNation. Some people call it ThesPNation. Some people call me P-Nation. Some people call me SP-Nation. It's the SP-Nation. There's no play on words. I'm not a thespian. Thought I was a lesbian for a time. That's a different conversation. But I'm not a thespian though. Kind of interested in it. Okay, now we're just going somewhere else. But anyway, it's the SP-Nation. So Miss McGrath, honey, if you see this video and if you want me to be on your PR list, if you want to put me on there, feel free. I will give you 3 addresses that you can send things to. Because this... Because, you know, I bought this stuff and, you know, John, for my birthday, because my birthday is later this month, you know, and John bought me a gift, an early birthday gift, just because, you know, the Divine Rose palette came out and I didn't want to like miss out on it because my birthday's at the end of the month, but it came out earlier, you know, a few weeks ago, and I knew it was going to sell out. It's actually available right now. I don't know if it's sold out again because they restocked, but, you know, I took advantage of buying the 2-pack where you get 2, you get the 7, Divine Rose 7 and, well, the Mothership 7 and 8. You get both of those for $2 $230 versus $250. So, you know, I wanted to get both of them because I don't have any mothership palettes. And these are like my first two palettes. Yes, I will review them. We will talk about that later. But, you know, that's all the stuff I have from Pat. You know, this stuff, those palettes, and I have a small palette as well. But I don't have anything additional from Pat. So if you want to send me a couple mothership palettes, your website says the Decadence palette is supposed to be coming out summer 2020. Well, coming back, I should say, summer 2020, because I need all 8 of the mothership palettes. So if anybody wants to DM her, message her, send her my video, I don't care. Let her know that I exist. And I fucking love Pat McGrath Cosmetics, like, or Pat McGrath Labs. Let's get real specific. I fucking love this brand. Like, I'm literally sweating right now because I'm so excited. Like, well, I'm not really sweating because I'm excited. It's because it's hot as fuck in here. You know, with this light on me right now and the air's off because I don't want any background noise. But we can fix that. Hold up. Like, in all seriousness, Pat, like, I am mind blown by Pat McGrath Labs. Like, this foundation, like, I thought the eyeshadows were amazing. And then I tried the foundation. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. This is everything that I've been waiting for, and I need more products. I need a setting spray. I need a mist. Give me a rose mist. Give me a rose mist. Get real bougie with it. Give me a Damascus rose, whatever you want to do, honey. Make it with iris. I don't even care, like, because iris is one of the most expensive notes in the world. Do whatever you want to do, but I need a mist. But, you know, like I said, guys, this foundation, I have, like, look at my fucking face. Like, do you see this? Like, bitch, I am flawless. I just feel so special right now. Like, I mean, I paid for everything, but I feel really special right now putting this on. Like, and it's, if you're someone who does not need a lot of coverage, if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, this is not the foundation for you. However, if you want the look of this foundation, but you need extra coverage, maybe put a concealer underneath some of your problem areas and put this on, because this, I have never felt more beautiful. This, I swear to you, like, I've never felt my skin has looked more beautiful than, like, when I put this foundation on. When I look at my skin and I just see my face overall, it takes me back to when I was, like, in my 20s. Like, I feel so youthful. And I mean, I don't really age, but still, it takes me back to, like, when I was, like, 24, because that was, like, my year. It probably wasn't, but one of those early 20 years, like, when I was going to the club all the time, getting my life, that's what this foundation is doing for me right now. It is just, it's everything. And since we are talking about mother, I do want to cover just the other products as well in this video, just really quickly. Primer smells really good, has a really delicate smell. It's not strong, it's not off-putting, anything like that. It is, you know, I think this is half an ounce. Oh, it's 1 ounce. So it's a 1 ounce bottle. It is $60. That is pretty pricey. Now, putting this on my skin, it feels, like I said, like a moisturizer, more so like an emulsion, like I said, you know, if I want to be really specific. And it, you know, it performs. It does what I need. Only downside to this product is the packaging. This is a $60 primer, and it's like in plastic. So I personally would prefer, like, if this was like glass, like if you made this like a black glass, like this, the sticker that's around it, like, not that it's coming off or anything, but it just gives it just cheapens this product. So this is the only downside to this primer. Do you need this primer? Not really. It's all just about the experience, which is what a lot of luxury beauty is about in general. So this powder, like I mentioned, this is medium 3. This retails for $55. And then you have my La Mer, my coveted, beloved, beautiful La Mer powder. This translucent powder is, I want to say it's like $95. It may have gone over $100 at this point. Don't hold me to that, but it's like a $95 powder. And this one is, it's just a translucent, doesn't come in multiple shades like the Pat McGrath powder. And this one is 8 grams. So this one gives you more. This is a frosted glass. It's has weight to it. It probably weighs like, I'm gonna say like maybe 2 pounds or so. Like, it's pretty heavy. Like, this is a very thick frosted glass. So it just screams expensive. It is, you know, just a hard plastic, but it is significantly cheaper. So this is just a completely different experience in terms of packaging. As far as performance is concerned, because this is a colored powder, this, when I put this on in my, areas that I want to set, this melts into my skin because I don't do the whole baking thing. I don't really like that. This melts into my skin and it's beautiful. And I will say that this powder is super, super silky. Like, it's probably the smoothest I have ever felt in a powder in terms of texture. It's actually smoother than the La Mer powder. This is a really great powder, so this is something that I will definitely be using. John just got home from the gym. He's about to come in. Okay, now tell me, because I'm on camera, I want to include this. What do you think of my skin? How do you think this looks? Don't get close to me. But how does this look?
It looks...
Is this not beautiful? Talk louder so the camera can hear you. What do you think of my face?
Bandit thinks it looks beautiful.
What do you think? Bandit, shut up. What do you think?
I think that looks nice. It looks very... It looks, natural.
Tell me I'm beautiful.
It looks nice.
Am I beautiful?
It looks great.
Am I fucking beautiful?
It looks alright.
Fuck off. Just go upstairs. Hurry up. Just get away from me. So rude. Now the Pat McGrath concealer, it retails for $32. Packaging is amazing. It's really weighty, the glass. This is so luxurious for $32. I was actually so shocked that it was only $32 because I would actually pay more for this. I did, get two different shades. I got MD28, MD23. It's nice, thick glass. It's kind of like suspended in air, like when you're looking at the tube. It just looks really elegant. I would pay $50 for this personally, but don't listen to that, Pat. Yeah, keep it at $32. This, this is your, standard size product. I'm assuming, I think it's half an ounce. Okay, what world am I living in, child? This is 5 ml, so it is like a third of half an ounce. I don't know where I got half an ounce from, but it's 5 ml. This is very concentrated, like I mentioned, so you do not need much of this. I can't speak to other YouTubers, but this is very concentrated, so I don't use much of this at all, and I get a beautiful look. Out of all the concealers I've used, I must say this is my new favorite concealer. This is probably the best concealer I've ever used. I can't explain it. Like, when you put it on, it just melts into your skin, and again, your skin becomes a dream. Like, it's amazing. I am so impressed. These products have all been stunners to me. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to say. Definitely leave comments below and let me know if you have tried the Pat McGrath foundation. Have you tried the concealer? Have you tried the powder, the primer? What's your favorite? Did you like the foundation? Did you not find your shade? Just leave comments below and let me know, because I'm just really curious about that. And with that, this wraps up the foundation series. So I want to thank everyone who was patient with me and watched these videos, because it was a labor of love for me, because I love foundations and I wanted you guys to see that there are so many foundations out there, and this was just 31 examples of foundations that come in a multitude of shades. Some of them were disappointing, others were not so much disappointing. The point was that there are options out there for you, and so I'm so delighted that you were able to watch this. Definitely feel free to watch, go back and look at other videos that I made throughout this series, and just see which foundation is for you. Definitely rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.